¿Recuerdan los años 90? La década que nos trajo estos momentos.
The 90s. Holy cow. That's a long time ago.
Nascar in the 90s. The bigger the show, the better the time.
It was some of the best times of my life.
Tony is not happy at the moment. He was a little rough around the edges.
Les ayudaremos a refrescar su memoria de esta dulce década.
Straight, good punch. It's happening!
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration.
Todas las cosas que pueden haber olvidado dentro y fuera de la pista.
You can't say that with a straight face.
No way.
Please, people, don't hold this against me, okay?
Earnhardt Jr., he's dyed his hair blonde.
I wouldn't call it bad. I would call it a mistake.
Prepárense, esta es la parte 1 de Nascar Decada.
It was a different time. Well, let's not judge. Welcome to NASCAR Decades of 90s. I'm Jeff Burton, and a few friends and I will take you down memory lane to relive some of the era's greatest and a few unforgettable moments in our sport. So sit back and relax. This is gonna be great.
Un aspecto popular en los años 90 era el bigote. Cuanto más grueso, mejor.
The mustache really showed up in force in NASCAR in the 90s. This was, I'm growing a caterpillar under my nose mustache.
That's just a badass man right there. Gargoyles and mustache. Man, that's how you knew it was Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt mustache.
That is intimidating. I think he had it at like the age of 6.
And I still can't grow something like that.
But like if I did that, it still wouldn't be scary. Like it takes the right person to do it.
That mustache kind of added to his persona. When he smiled a little bit, you'd see it go up a little bit. And it was just always this little smirk. It almost looked like he was biting back a smile, which just made him that much cooler.
He done shaved that sucker for nobody. Who was that guy?
We all were dumbfounded when he showed up at the racetrack. What in the
¿Qué
world is
demonios le ha
happening?
pasado?
It's hurting my eyes. That's not Dale Earnhardt. It's an imposter. It looks terrible.
He was in the Bahamas snorkeling in his mask with a seal. And the only way he's going to seal is a shaved mustache, so he shaved it. It was the weirdest thing. But I didn't recognize it.
If you're Dale Earnhardt and you cut your mustache off, you know how much hell you get from people like, what did you do? You cut your mustache off.
And I've never heard of somebody shaving being the lead story for the work. Yeah, it got you a lot of exposure.
You know why I've never shaved mine? Because I'd rather have my beard and mustache than go scuba diving. Also, I'm not a strong swimmer.
Te escucho, Rod.
Nobody had a tougher stash than Earnhardt, but I think a strong second was Dale Jarrett.
Dale Jarrett is one of those guys that he's got a mustache and it's like a man.
Dale Jarrett was so thick, it almost looked cartoonish.
My mustache was something that I started growing just as I got into high school. This was something I had through my championship year, 1999.
Looking at the true mustache, I think that Dale Jarrett had the best one because he looked like a cowboy.
I don't know about that.
Man, that mustache, Dale.
Estoy de acuerdo contigo. Es fantástico.
Party in the back, too.
Yep. From Dale Jarrett. And then there was Jeff Gordon with his not awesome mustache.
¿Qué es eso en tu cara?
There is not one person on this show that's going to go, God, I love Jeff Gordon's mustache. I think he had been growing that for years. That's what Earnhardt now said anyway. I mean, look at that.
Unique.
I mean, mullet and mustache. What else do you need?
Yeah. See, the Jeff Gordon mullet mustache, he didn't go all the way on either one. It just didn't work for him.
That's why I never grew mustaches. I knew I couldn't.
But the stash what makes you supposed to intimidate you.
He was like trying to be a mustache.
I mean, he was trying. He just didn't ever have the flow.
Oh, you're trying to grow a mustache, Jeff. That's so cute.
Jeff Gordon quickly did not look like that anymore.
It's great, though. Thank you for doing it, Jeff.
Jeff Gordon se estaba convirtiendo en un nombre familiar, pero cuando NASCAR fue al Indianapolis Motor Speedway, escribió su nombre en los libros de
I
historia.
can remember going there, a lot of the talk was about Jeff, because he was kind of the hometown guy.
Who's going to win this thing?
Gordon!
Nothing in the world
is like seeing 43 stock cars roll off turn 4 for the start of the Brickyard 400.
A new tradition begins.
It was like hallowed ground. So for us to be there, that was a huge deal. I didn't think that would ever happen. I love NASCAR, but that was sacred ground. Just the fact that anything other than an IndyCar was going to race on that track made me furious.
Years from today, we'll remember the name. Jeff Gordon, winner of the inaugural Brickyard 400.
Hearing that Jeff Gordon won, I still was furious that they were there. But it was cool that Jeff Gordon won.
Al año siguiente, Dale Earnhardt Sr. fue el ganador de la carrera, pero en Victory Lane le lanzó un dardo a Jeff Gordon.
Dale Earnhardt has won the second Brickyard 400.
That was the race that Dad would say means almost as much as winning that Daytona 500. We even joked in Victory Lane about being the first man to win it.
I'm glad I'm the second man that won, and if not the first, we really appreciate it. And NASCAR, I guarantee NASCAR is happy to be here.
Próximamente en Nascar Decades estaremos hablando de moda en los 90.
It was a different time. You know, it's not judged.
Peinados
Oh, Junior.
y un tipo con pantalones cortos de jean, pero antes la leyenda de Trickle, Dick Trickle.
He had a funny name, and he was a good sport about it.
Ya volvemos con más Nascar Decades, los años 90.
I think what I miss the most about 90s fashion is that belief that we could all wear a track-style windsuit. Everyone thought they were a superstar. Yeah, well, Carl Lewis wore one. I should be able to.
Cool thing to do is to wear like a long sleeve t-shirt with like another t-shirt over it.
The greatest thing the 90s gave the sport of NASCAR was the all-over print t-shirt. That's right. I don't want just one logo. I want you to literally cover me in the same logo all over my shirt.
Fashion in the 90s, lots of jeans, music, t-shirts, a lot of that. That's what I remember.
I didn't have a starter jacket because we couldn't afford one, but I used to see them and think, like, one day I'm going to have that slightly oversized, odd patchwork jacket. The interesting thing about 90s fashion is it's very much alive in the state of Florida still. Jean shorts, pastel-colored tank tops. Oh, yeah. It's alive and well in Daytona.
Otras superestrellas deportivas unen fuerzas en NASCAR.
In the 90s, this was still a very affordable sport to get in. Brett Favre came in, so he became a part owner of my Busch Grand National team. And all these guys wanted to be a part of NASCAR. Brett Favre was involved in a race team. Terry Bradshaw had a team.
Do you know who the Pittsburgh Steelers are? The football team? Okay, that's who I played for him. That was the guy that...
And he won all the trophies.
These guys would start coming around and started seeing how popular it was, and they all wanted to capitalize because NASCAR was booming in the 90s.
There were a lot of sports figures, and that was really cool that other people were paying attention.
A continuación, el entrenador del Salón de la Fama de la NFL y 3 veces campeón del Super Bowl, Joe Gibbs.
I don't know all the ins and outs yet, so I am a rookie, and I'm dependent on the guys that we've hired to bring me along.
When Joe came in, I mean, obviously it was a big deal for the sport of NASCAR racing. Joe's still involved in football.
Joe Gibbs basically borrowed $800,000 and said, okay, this is what we have to spend to get our race team started. We're going to give this 3 years, and if it makes it, fine.
How Joe Gibbs Racing started and how they are today is completely different. They started with 18 people at their shop.
I'm kind of nervous right now. My job here is not as crucial as it is at a Super Bowl, but I know my place here.
It was amazing when they came in. Didn't have success right away, but they were able to win the Daytona 500.
It's the Dale and Dale show. You know who I'm pulling for. It's Dale Jarrett. It didn't even dawn on me at the time that my dad was calling the race. He wanted to be as impartial as he could be for a while, and then he just had to become a dad. He's going to make it. Dale Jarrett's going to win the Daytona 500. All right. You know, it's Joe Gibbs' first win as a car owner in NASCAR, and to bring him that first win was really, really special. And for me, it was literally a dream come true.
Agárrense fuerte, aquí viene Tony Stewart a NASCAR.
Tony Stewart is an IndyCar champion, but here he's a rookie.
When he came in, he was a lightning bolt.
Tony is not happy at the moment.
He was a little rough around the edges.
He hits me off at 2, so I hit him back in 3 and 4 and spun him, so he took me out again.
He didn't like the media at times, and he loved the media at times, and he had that love-hate relationship.
He didn't want to do an appearance. He didn't want to go do this. He didn't want to be at the track for 3 or 4 days. He just wanted to race and race right now. He was kind of the first guy that was open and vocal about that.
having a lot of trouble trying to find the right words.
Yeah, he understood how to use the media to his advantage as well. He had this edge about him. Everybody else was kind of like, man, I'm in NASCAR. He didn't care.
Kind of the black sheep of the organization. I don't follow the lead of everybody in the shop.
He reminds me of about every other Saturday night race car driver I've seen. They could care less what everybody thinks, just there to win.
It's tough when someone shows up from like a totally different world and then kicks your butt at this thing you've spent your whole life doing. So I see why some of the drivers didn't love Tony at first, but after a while they realized, like, I gotta get on board, or this guy's just gonna keep kicking my butt.
No hay mucho más como un buen nombre NASCAR de los 90.
The name opened doors for him and did a lot, and he didn't back down from anything.
He had a funny name, and he was a good sport about it. Keith Oberman liked it, didn't he? They loved to say it on SportsCenter. And Dick Trickle finished 35th. Right? You just had to say Dick Trickle. How can you not?
You can't say that with a straight face, though, right?
You can see Dick making some final communication checks.
My wife has a friend named Diana Rhea. How do you plan names like that? Dick Trickle, meet Diana Rhea.
It's a great racing name, the legend of Dick Trickle.
He lived hard. He said, all you need is an hour of sleep for every 100 laps of the race. So if you're running a 200-lap race, you only need 2 hours of sleep.
I love the story. He opened his briefcase, and it's like some packs of cigarettes and some Reese's peanut butter cups.
Dick Trickle, who is having a cigarette.
Not many people smoke inside the car. Dick would do that. He was a very unique character and certainly one of the great folklore tales of NASCAR back in the day.
Después de la pausa le preguntaremos a Dale Jr. sobre su blanqueador rubio que comenzó una tendencia en NASCAR.
Was I the first?
Quédense porque a continuación estaremos hablando de Junior y su papá en NASCAR Decades, los años 90.
Welcome back to NASCAR Decades of 90. When Dale Earnhardt Jr. burst into the scene in the late 90s, he had a hairstyle like no other driver. Not real sure what it was, but I was told it was cool. Wait until you see the footage, though, that we dug up at NASCAR's most popular driver. But first, let's take a look at some other 90s bad trends.
La tecnología estaba evolucionando y el buscapersonas se convirtió en lo más nuevo.
Of course I had a pager. Yeah, I had one. And it was like, you had your codes, your 411, your 911.
Numbers and stuff that spelled words, and you can imagine where that went. What was it? 143 was I love you, right?
I thought, God, we're in World War II again. We're in a B-24 in some Morse code.
Then I made the stupid mistake of buying the big white brick cell phone. Somebody paid you had to call them back. As soon as they picked up the phone, it was immediately $2 charged to the bill. Man, that wasn't a good idea.
You know, you hit the speaker and you're like, all right, man, people are going to be contacting me and nobody's using you. And you're like, man, is this thing working? Or nobody's trying to get a hold of me, nobody needs me. It was almost like a wake-up call for like how unnecessary it was.
De innecesario a necesario, el piloto más importante de NASCAR luchó para conquistar la carrera más importante de la categoría.
Here comes Doug Cope down on the inside. Earnhardt has a problem.
He has hit a seagull in a critical part of that car.
Down the back straightaway, up and over number 3, and for the 19th time, Lady Luck deals a bad hand. Here, this great champion of the sport, and it had won everything else that had been run at Daytona. He just couldn't make the Daytona 500 happen.
And he always was fast in the 500, but being fast never guaranteed a win.
So many weird things that kept him from winning. He lost it every way you could lose it.
He'd won the Daytona 497.5 a lot of times.
I ain't never won the Daytona 500.
And you still ain't.
It's the Daytona 500. I ain't supposed to win the damn thing, I reckon.
Going into 1998 Daytona 500, it just seems like this is going to be the year.
I can remember us being like, he's going to do it. And no more seagulls, no more flat tires.
Lady, we feel just like you do up here in the broadcasting booth.
Oh my gosh, he's actually going to do it. Guys, it's happening.
20 years of trying.
I believe it's 20 years of trying.
20 years of frustration.
20 years of frustration.
Checker flag. Dale Earnhardt finally is a champion of the Daytona 500.
It was spectacular. There wasn't anybody that wasn't happy for it.
I remember being there and getting scooped up by my mom and grandmother, rush to victory lane and get to do the hat dance.
That was just a great day for so many fans. a big day for the sport.
When you think about Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s legacy, what he did for this sport, that was an absolute crowning achievement.
Hay formas de anunciar a un nuevo patrocinador y luego está lo que hizo Dale Jr.
I don't know if there's a cooler moment than Dale Jr. riding in with the Clydesdales announcing about the sponsor.
Riding in on the dog and the Clydesdales, I mean, that's just iconic. Budweiser. You knew this was going to be a good partnership.
It sets the bar so high for every other sponsor announcement in history. I can't beat that. Why try? I'll just put out a press release.
And that was NASCAR in the 90s, right? The bigger the show, the better the time.
I know those horses are well trained. If one of them gets spooked, you are in for the ride of your life.
For somebody to take such a chance on a young driver like myself really means a lot to me.
That was a bit of a high-pressure situation, but, you know, Dad was always there smiling, approving, and good with the plans. So I'm like, all right, man, if he thinks this is all good, I think it's good.
It's really hard to believe that the same little kid is driving that race car, winning race cars, so it's pretty amazing. Makes me pretty proud to see it happen.
A lot of people don't remember the Clydesdales bringing Dale Jr. in for the big announcement, but everybody remembers seeing that bleach blonde hair.
Oh, Junior.
That was god-awful. Everybody wanted to be blonde.
I'm just going to not say a word and say I think his hair looked great. Mine looked a lot like that.
That guy is trying to be everything his father doesn't like.
What a great look. What a great look.
I mean, it's horrible. There's no way to say it. It's horrible.
I had highlights and rocked them, mostly because Dale Jr., he was like the originator of highlights.
Earnhardt Jr. represents Generation X. He's dyed his hair blonde.
There are certain things even friends don't talk about. That hair. That looks literally like you stole the toilet seat, held it over your head, spray painted the top of your head. That's what it looks like. I wouldn't call it a fad. I would have called it a mistake. And I went a little too far with it. I did the whole top. Eventually just bleached the whole top of my head. I took it too far and I had to stop.
Buen aspecto, Dale. Es hora de algunos consejos para todos en casa. Chicos, no intenten esto en sus hogares.
What an idiot. Don't do that.
¿Y qué tal si abrimos esto también para los adultos?
I bet that guy is in jail telling someone that story as we speak.
Eso y mucho más a continuación en Nascar Decades, los años 90.
Is someone handing out free money? No, in fact, these people in Illinois are the ones handing their money over for these.
Beanie Babies. There were thousands of them everywhere.
Beanie Babies were amazing, right? No, they're just a tiny stuffed animal, but they figure out how to sell millions of them.
I don't want to come clean and tell you this, but yes, I did have a few Beanie Babies and may have for some reason. Please, people, don't hold this against me, okay?
That was for crazy cat ladies that kept behind Beanie Babies.
Oh my God, I have a huge collection of Beanie Babies.
I still have those things. They're never going to be worth anything.
They didn't fight crime. They couldn't fly. They couldn't drive a car. You look back on them, honestly, Beanie Babies don't make any sense.
How you doing there, Pam?
Alguien que siempre tuvo un don fue esta persona. Tenía una extraña habilidad para recordar el nombre de todos.
Gentlemen, and Jimmy Spencer, start your engine.
Jimmy Spencer was Mr. Excitement.
I'm not sure whether his excitement was from, things that he did on the track or off the track.
Excitement for the fans, excitement for the driver.
Jimmy Spencer side by side with somebody. You knew something exciting was going to happen, and that's kind of where you got that name from.
Big wreck of the back straightaway coming out of turn 2.
And Jimmy Spencer there in the 12.
Crashing cars.
This excitement wasn't always a good thing.
Jimmy's going right over to Dallenbach. Oh, and he's got problems with Wally.
Don't do that.
Jimmy Spencer. I love that guy. Hey!
I had my idea what Jimmy Spencer was going to be like, and then I got to work with Jimmy Spencer, and Jimmy Spencer lived up to being Jimmy Spencer.
All right, what do we got to do? Where's the trophy, man? Where's the trophy?
You believe what his parents said when he came out, when he was born. He was Mr. Excitement that long.
Dad, Mom, love you. Thanks.
I love Jimmy Spencer. We need a Jimmy Spencer.
Crazy.
Stupid idiot. What was on his mind?
What the hell?
Wow. Oh my God. Good.
No way.
Somebody did that on the dare. Good.
No way.
I'm going to tell you, it's easy to misjudge a car at 100-something miles an hour.
Rate times time equals distance, which means your ass is not getting across the track before those dudes hit you.
I really can't imagine what was going through the driver's head.
Come up and here's this guy. He's kind of, pedestrian crossing. You guys need to yield.
Kyle's thinking, is this idiot for real on the track?
There is a lot of poor decisions that have been made by humans, but that had to have been one of the worst.
Like, I bet that guy's in jail telling someone that story as we speak. If you're watching from home, my bad. But it just seems like you probably made some bad decisions.
He ran across, jumped over the fence, proceeded to go out into the wetlands, got lost, started a fire so that they could find him. And I think he spent some time in a padded room after that.
The only reason you'd run across the track is to either impress your friends or your all. And since it's in Pocono, it's just your friends. No offense. That one got me. That's true, though. We laugh because it's true.
Jimmy Spencer o Mr. Excitement nunca tuvo miedo de hacer volar algunas
Michael
plumas.
comes down the road, blocks his car, and gets out, walks in there, and Michael sent one in there.
Oh, yeah, get him, Mikey. Watch this. Oh, bam.
Bam! Really showcases how long his arms are. I mean, the fight of all fights is Michael Walker punching Lake Speed on the road mission.
Bam! Bam! Lets him know that he was not too pleased about being run up into the wall.
I assume Michael said, hey, Lake, let me help you with your window net. I made you some food. Yeah, 2 knuckle sandwiches.
And then Michael leaves his car there like, oh man, never mind, I don't need that thing.
Now his hand's broke. It's swelling up as we speak. He's trying to figure it out.
Like, I left my car. But he can't walk back because then he looked stupid.
He leaves his car on pit road. That's just the definition of tough guy.
Well, there you have it. The 90s were the bomb for sure. Though I had a tough time going one out, I think the mustache look will come back in style. Thanks for sticking around. That's all for this episode of NASCAR Decades, the 90s.
Oh, los 90, una década totalmente radical en NASCAR que nos trajo autos de aspecto increíble, nuevas personalidades y mucho color.
Red, orange, and white. I always like those colors.
Rainbow Warriors, man. The rainbow.
Nuevas estrellas mezcladas con superestrellas de NASCAR.
KP was the 90s.
Jeff Gordon was the Wonder Boy.
Y donde hablar con la mano de alguna manera se convirtió en algo normal.
I was being a horse's butt.
Yeah, enough.
Abróchense los cinturones porque vamos a acelerar. Esta es la segunda parte de NASCAR Decades, los 90.
Welcome to NASCAR Decades of 90s. I'm Jeff Burton, and a few friends will join me to reminisce about this sweet era. So without further ado, hold on tight, watch that spark, put on your shades. This is NASCAR Decades of 90s.
El 16 de mayo de 1992 fue apodado One Hot Night, tal vez porque era bajo las luces, tal vez por las carreras, o tal vez por cómo comenzó todo. ¿Huelen algo quemado?
We wanted a grand opening, you know, where somebody pulls the switch down.
Oh, and this is when the sucker catches on fire, right?
Ah, sí, te arde el pelo, amigo.
That didn't work. Oh, man, it's on fire.
It's just smoldering. That's classic. That's classic TV.
It was funny. It just ended up, and then people say you staged that. We didn't, but we probably would have if we thought of it.
He didn't say, guys, I want you to accidentally set me on fire when I throw the switch. But that sure is what happened, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
I liked the 90s paint schemes. They were very classy. They were very clean. I always liked Terry Labonte's sharp Kellogg's red and yellow car. I thought that was a tough-looking car.
Richard Childress, the one with the Olympic ring on Earnhardt's car, was Cat's Meow.
One of my favorite paint schemes from the 90s is the old Keystone car, like red, orange, and white.
Jeff Gordon's car I thought looked the best
in the 90s.
Rainbow Warriors, man. The DuPont car, Magical Rainbow.
How could you not like the Black 3? I mean, it was everything, and it was so simple and yet so iconic. Everyone knew when that car was around them on the racetrack. While a very simple paint scheme was probably the coolest of all because it was the Intimidator. Dad's car was always pretty cool. He did have a couple one-offs when they would run the Winston All-Star race, so the Wheaties car I thought was cool because I like orange. But I thought it was cool having the Wheaties car out there.
El icónico auto negro llevó un apodo icónico.
Here's the list of possible nicknames they had for Dale Sr. Jerky McJerkface. Billy the Bully. They're like, these aren't catchy, guys. What else we got? Well, he makes people nervous, and he pushes them out of the way. Oh, so he's kind of intimidating? Yeah, he's totally intimidating. Let's call him the Intimidator.
El nuevo rival de Dale Sr.
Everything about them was different. Dale Earnhardt was the Intimidator. Jeff Gordon was the Wonder Boy.
You got the Intimidator and Wonder Boy, right? You want the Intimidator. You don't want the Wonder Boy.
You just had such opposites. It was almost good versus evil.
Dale Earnhardt calls him the Wonder Boy, and that could tick Jeff off.
Wonder Boy's here.
I hear him talking about me.
Sorry, Jeff. I wouldn't want that nickname.
I don't think he liked that one.
What do we got? I don't know, but it's watching him, it's a total wonder. Wonder Boy?
Wonder Boy, like he was delivered Wonder Boy. I never really understood that.
Golden Boy, Wonder Boy, he was all those things. He was better than sliced bread.
He was unfreaking believable in a race car, no doubt. When he came along, everybody was already in their late 30s, early 40s. He was 15, 20 years younger. It took a boy to go show a man how to get it done a lot of times.
Those were always great races to watch Terry Labonte and Dale Earnhardt.
Let's see what strategy he pulls. No, Labonte is sideways but wins the race, crashes, and he wins.
Bueno, eso no es bueno.
That wasn't finished, was it? Dale called me and gave me a little shot in the back there, and I just stood in the gas, and, we beat him across the line.
Dad wrecked Terry Labonte across the finish line in 95. Didn't really start a feud because Terry won the race, so he was pretty much okay. And then in 99, Dad wrecked Terry Labonte to win the race.
Spins him out. Dale Earnhardt takes the checkered flag.
When Dale Earnhardt wrecked Terry Labonte, people booed him.
The place, I thought it was going to implode. It was so freaking loud. That Coliseum was just nuts. The people that either loved it or hated it. There was nobody on the fence.
I was going to get back to him and just rattle him. I wasn't going to wreck him, but I got to him and he turned him around. So didn't mean to really turn around, meant to rattle his cage over.
Have you ever heard him say he means to spin anybody out?
So can a guy win a race by spinning a guy out on the last lap? Is that legal?
It depends who it is.
That was just so classic. That was just classic racing.
Próximamente en Nascar Decades en los 90.
What can you say about Kyle Petty in the 90s?
El peinado, la personalidad y el viaje con un buen amigo.
If you had a ponytail or sunglasses and drove a Rolls Royce, you were a drug dealer.
A continuación, en Nascar Decades, los 90.
A salute to technology. Just 10 short years ago, we were neophytes when it came to the pursuit of portable high fidelity. That was before the Sony Corporation came up with a nifty little product that was music to our ears.
Well, a Discman was what came after the Walkman, and instead of the cassette tape, you put your CD in it.
Crack it open, slide your CD in there, put your cheapy little headphones on there like little baby earmuffs.
I mean, it was awesome because you had music on the run.
And it would skip if you ran.
Man, technology's come a long way. It's craziness.
We just had like a little Christmas gathering at my dad's house, and my sister had gave me a Discman. It had that tape adapter. You could stick it in your car. And so I'm fooling that thing as I'm driving down the road, and I ran off the road and hit a driveway culvert and flipped this truck like 7 times. Just destroyed it. Luckily, I didn't get hurt. It took me a few years to tell my sister why I crashed.
Todo por culpa de ese maldito Discman, ¿no es así?
Right, for the Discman.
Who's your favorite driver?
Kyle Petty.
Why?
'Cause.
Like his hair?
No.
Kyle Petty estaba rockeando en los 90.
Kyle Petty's a rocker. You know, Kyle Petty had long hair. Kyle Petty had his mustache.
I used to call him the hippie. Full-on afro with the mustache.
What can you say about Kyle Petty in the 90s?
He's Kyle Petty.
KP was the 90s. We're not going to look back at anybody in the 90s and say, oh, that was a great look, man. You know, it was the 90s, so Kyle looked cool.
And the hair just everywhere. When you see, like, the album cover for Yanni live at the Acropolis, you think, I had no idea Kyle went over there. That's amazing. I got to ask him what it was like. Oh, that was Yanni? That wasn't? Oh.
I would like to know what Kyle Petty's regimen was before he went out with that hairdo.
My morning routine was get out of bed and comb it and brush it.
¿Alguna vez te has hecho una permanente, KP?
No, hell no. This is curly on its own, man. That don't perm.
¿Han oído la historia de cuando Kyle se cortó el pelo? Dejemos que él lo cuente.
So I went to drive for Felix. I was letting it grow, and he was like, oh, you got to get a haircut. You got to get a haircut. And I'm like, I'm not getting a haircut. We go to Talladega in May, and I get a haircut. Now, I don't get just a haircut. I get like a Dorothy Hamill haircut. So I look really, I'm off the chart, stupid looking.
How's my hair look?
You look great. Love the shades, too.
We're going to crash, but this crash is going to involve several cars.
Who is Kyle?
He's got a left broken leg, broken right in half. Just pop like that.
Break my leg. I have to sit out for like 3 or 4 months. I told him, I said, that is called superstition. I am never cutting my hair again as long as I sit in a race car.
El jefe de KP, Felix Sabat.
Felix is just a personality. Felix brought something different to the sport.
He wasn't afraid to spend money. He wasn't afraid to do crazy things.
He's the first guy that had a motor coach. First guy to do a lot of things that now is very commonplace in the sport.
He just was constantly coming up with ideas to get his team and his sponsor publicity.
So he had bought this Rolls Royce. We go to Daytona, and the thing was, if you win Daytona, I give you this Rolls Royce. We go, obviously we don't win the Daytona race. So Rockingham.
You told Kyle Petty that if you picked up a win early in the year, you would buy him a Rolls Royce.
Well, but I told him today that if you win the race, he'll get it free anyway.
Off turn number 4, the checkered flag waves, and Kyle Petty has won at Rockingham.
Then I go win Rockingham. He's like, oh, you can have the car. You can have the car. And it was like, it was cool. I couldn't drive it. In the early 90s, if you had a ponytail, wore sunglasses, and drove a Rolls Royce, you were a drug dealer. Okay, so I could not drive it in public. I just had to drive it at night, which probably was worse.
Harry el Guapo, Harry Gant.
Harry Gant, I remember.
Yeah, handsome Harry. He was a handsome devil.
And he was so handsome.
Harry was and still is like this just cool guy. So to call him Handsome Harry was perfect.
I believe there was a string of, was it in September, that Harry Gant was the man.
Harry Gant wins the Southern 500.
And it's Harry Gant flying to victory 2 in a row for the checkered flag, Harry Gant.
Here it is. Gant wins the Goodies 500.
But when I think of Harry Gant, I just think of Harry Gant in that Skull Bandit.
Harry had that swag to him. He was the guy that you could kind of envy.
En 1991, Charlotte Motor Speedway organizó una carrera con autos Legends, donde fueron invitados ex campeones retirados de la categoría para competir nuevamente.
We wanted the All-Star race back every year. We had to come up with a different idea.
No estoy seguro si esta fue la mejor idea.
Down on the track below me, the legendary drivers who made stock car racing what it is today are preparing to roll back the clock for what we expect to be one more old-time, wheel-to-wheel, paint-swapping Saturday night shootout.
The geriatric 250 or whatever it was called, I don't know.
Grandpa, they want you to race. Yeah, they're going to give you a car.
Some of them have been out of them longer than I have, and I've been out 26 years.
Each one of us want to win.
Those guys took it dead serious.
Hey, you remember that time in '63 when you put me in the fence? Well, suck on that.
And we're going to be running this legend race under NASCAR rules. Gentlemen, we don't want to have to park any of you. My problem's going to come in when you hook a guy and spin his ass antenna.
All of a sudden, you've got 70-year-old men that are 14.
Atención, cuidado ahora, cuidado.
They're going to take each other out, and they're going to hobble over to each other, and they're going to point fingers, and they're going to cuss.
And on the last lap, Elmo Langley took somebody out. I can't remember who the poor soul was.
Cale Yarborough out in front. Elmo Langley's there. Drives it down to the bottom. Holds its position. Stays on the bottom. Elmo Langley's going to win it.
It goes just like you thought it would go. They don't ever change. They don't ever change. That's why you can never put retired drivers in a race car. Ever. Ever.
Aquí hay algunos buenos consejos para pilotos. Cuando estás liderando una carrera, debes saber en qué vuelta estás.
Great race. Good job out there. Yeah, nice work. I got it.
It's never over till it's over.
Esa historia y muchas más a continuación en Nascar Decades, los 90.
Welcome back to NASCAR Decades, the 90s. The popular television shows of the 90s, they're still relevant today. You can binge watch these shows now, and they're still great. My favorite show from the decade, Walker, Texas Ranger. Others had a different opinion.
Oh, favorite TV show, Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell was a good one when I was younger.
I used to come home from school, go into the fridge, get a scoop of cookie dough, sitting down, and watching Saved by the Bell. That was good times.
Married with Children was a good one, too, you know. Pulled out, he just, you know.
Living Color was awesome in the 90s. Fire Marshal Bill was fantastic. I still claim I can do the Fire Marshal Bill.
Beavis and Butthead's classic. I mean, who didn't like that?
At my house, I wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead. I kept getting in trouble for watching it.
I wasn't much on Beavis and Butthead. That was not allowed at nighttime. You know, Mom was not about Beavis and Butthead.
I saw your car, dude. It caught on fire. Fire!
Pelea familiar, otro gran programa de televisión, pero en la pista no es tan bueno.
That's Brett in the green car, Jeff in the black number 7.
Hey, brother, is it cool if I just want this spot? Can I just bump you out of the way? You know what? No. No, you can't. It's my spot. And now I'm going to wreck you, and I'll see you at Thanksgiving.
Oh! And a Jeff goes and spins on up turn 4 right in front of the entire field. Contact between brothers. Brett and Jeff.
It's one of those things that happens in racing, but it was brothers. And when it's brothers, everything gets worse.
Unfortunately, I got caught up in this. Got involved in the family feud of the Bodines.
It wasn't anything personal or anything like that, if that's what he's calling it. It was a racing accident. That's not Jeff Bodine driving number 7. That's just number 7 car as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Brett spun me out. We've had some family problems and personal problems between us here lately, and he just unfortunately took it out on the racetrack with me. And he's my brother. I still love him, but he spun me out.
Anytime you think your family's like a little bit awkward, just imagine the Bodines that Thanksgiving. Oh, can you pass the turkey, Jeff? Sure.
Ahora esta es una historia divertida.
Mark Martin is going to get the white flag.
Great race. Good job out there. Yeah, nice work. I got it.
Here goes Mark Martin. He's coming. What's he doing? Look, he's coming down pit road. Wait a minute, Mark. The race is not over.
Mark, you need to do another lap. And he's just like, I'm so happy I won.
I just wanted to know how long it took before he realized just what the heck he did. He's thinking that the race is over. Thanks, yeah, you know, appreciate it. Guys are pulling up. Yeah, I won.
David Green is just like, cool, man. Where's Mark going? Oh, I won? Cool. All right, team. Good work.
I don't believe it.
Just when you think you've seen it all, you really haven't.
Somebody had to come on the radio and say,
Mark, I don't know how to tell you that we lost. You came in a lap early.
Mark, what happened? That's the stupidest thing ever done. There's nothing else I can say.
I got lost on a soccer field once and scored for the other team, so I get it. I get it.
Cuando un amigo tiene un accidente, lo llevas de regreso a pits, ¿verdad?
Our car was really good, and we had driver failure where I just turned into the corner too quick, hit the curb.
Dale Earnhardt and Kyle Petty have crashed. Mark Marquez in the lead.
Kyle was standing there, and it was like he wasn't getting any assistance. So I said, hey, man, you want to... I stopped. You want to ride?
I jumped in. We're riding down the back stretch, waving. Ernie Irvin comes up. We high-five. We slap hands.
Ernie comes over and gives him a little bit of love tap there. Say, get out of my way, boy. You ought to be riding over there anyway.
That, just for the record, is the original Uber lift right there. I paid him a little tip, and that was it. End of the conversation.
Todos recordamos este sonido.
You've got mail.
Oh, yeah.
¿Qué tienen de común AOL, las peleas y Japón? En el próximo bloque de NASCAR Decades, los 90.
You've got mail.
You've got mail.
You got mail. That was weird, man.
It'd take forever sometimes.
And you'd see a picture like go like this. Man, look at this. This is so awesome. Look how fast this picture's coming. And now you log on to something, and if it's loading, you're like, I can't wait around for this long. When we used to just log on to AOL, and it was just so long.
I still have an AOL account. That's how far behind I am. And I think don't I pay something a month for my AOL?
Tony, vos sos...
I should be reprimanded.
Una moda de los 90 estaba en descubrir los nombres de pantalla de las personas.
My AOL screen name was GG Splash.
Yes, I had 3. Blue Bayou 16, our car was blue then. Racing Like a Pro 16. Rizzo DE3 at AOL.com.
One Wild 111.
I was on AIM all the time.
You know, it's always up late night on the AIM, hitting up shit.
They've traveled 7,000 miles across 14 time zones to Japan.
De 1996 a 1998, Nascar envió a algunos de sus principales pilotos a competir en una carrera de exhibición en Japón. Así es, en Japón.
You got your butt on an airplane and you flew for 15 hours.
Great experience. Japan, they loved it. The idea of it.
The Japan culture is amazing. To go to see that culture was really cool. I lived on chicken fingers and French fries because everything else had eyes on it, and I wasn't going to eat it.
This looks American. That's why Dale's eating it.
Here, Jeffrey. Hey, I'll eat it. Take the head off, though.
I stopped at McDonald's, and I knew that I wanted number 5. But as they brought the order out, somewhere in the lack of communication, them trying to understand a redneck from the South, I got 5 number 5s.
Cal Petty no siempre sonreía en los 90. Aquí está frente a frente con Michael Guthrie, pero nuestra próxima historia es con KP y Bobby Heenan.
A lot of newer fans in NASCAR would think the first time they ever saw the visor slap was when Kyle Petty slapped Denny Hamlin's visor closed at Dover. Oh no, that's a throwback.
Oh, there's trouble. There is trouble. Big Hill and Unser get together, sliding through the grass in the infield. Unser's car back on the track. He gets it back down again.
Kyle Petty is going to stop it.
And Kyle Petty gets collected.
I was being a horse's butt.
Hill and trying to explain.
I don't think Kyle likes what went on there.
I felt like he should have put his foot on the brake and held the car instead of letting it roll back down the racetrack in front of me. He didn't feel that way. He kept talking to me. I told him 2 or 3 times I want to talk to you, Paxan. Paxan is a southern saying which means stick it up in somewhere. And so I told him to Paxan, and he just kept talking. So finally I just slammed his visor down and walked off.
Yeah, enough.
Vete de aquí.
I've never seen that.
Well, he just needed to know it. He said, doesn't need to fly up to hell and me without understanding what's going on.
Quit talking. Yep, I remember that.
People should wear visors, helmets like that, so when you get tired of talking to him, you just reach up and say, I'm out.
El sol siempre brillaba sobre este chico.
It was rare that you saw Dale Earnhardt without sunglasses, no matter what the weather was.
Dale Earnhardt was with gargoyles. It was just big lenses.
Almost like goggles without the strap.
It was like just one big lens that like kind of went like this.
Man, the gargoyles were tough. I remember trying them on as a kid, and they would just cover my entire face.
Man, they were just big, ugly glasses.
Badass. I've always thought those sunglasses were sick.
Finalmente, para NASCAR Decades los 90, echemos un vistazo a algunos bloopers.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Man, landed right on his head.
Let's get it, hose him. Oh, it's way heavier than we thought. Who didn't let go, you jerks?
Oh, those boys needed some practice. That was their first. They got it worked out over time.
There's been another team that's been... Okay, 3, 2, 1. There's another new team... No. 3, 2, 1. You rolling, aren't you?
I remember my dad. I can't remember what word he was trying to say.
Which is a very prestigious... Can't even read.
Don't quit your day job.
I'm going to hang a left here, and I'm going to the bathroom, so I'll be back in like 11. Woo!
End on a weird note? Is that... We're going to just end on that? Great.
Now those were hilarious. Everyone loves bloopers. The 90s were a great time. I love looking at this footage and seeing those famous paint schemes back on the track. I hope
hope everyone enjoyed this episode of NASCAR Decades, the 90s.